edition of I Am AAPC. I am AAPC Alex, and I am here with my friend Rita. Rita, how are you?
I'm doing well. Excited that you're here to see us in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I'm so honored to be here with you guys. Now, Rita, we want to hear your story. And not only will you make whoever else comes up feel comfortable, and we'll see how easy this is, right? Because we're going to get another volunteer or two. But I know you have had some milestones educationally recently, and I just thought it'd be fun to hear your story a little bit, just for a minute. So tell us, how did you get into medical coding in the first place?
Sure. I graduated from college, and like those of us that graduated from college in 1988, yes, I'm old, you had to find a job, and we thought, you know, we're going to make all this money, and I couldn't really find what I wanted to do, and that was actually, I wanted to work in international business. You know, I should be sitting in the French Riviera now, but that didn't work out. So I needed a job, and my primary care physician said, come work for me. I said, okay, it's a temporary stop. So if any of you have worked in a single practitioner office, especially primary care, you have done it all. So I used to write the HICVA forms out. I used to record payments in a copybook. I used to make the paper charts, schedule appointments in that big book like a hairdresser used to have, right? So that was my foray into this journey. And then what happened was I wanted to move on and, you know, get at a higher level job. So I was recruited to work in orthopedics at Thomas Jefferson University Hospital and Pennsylvania Hospital. At the time, they were both in both hospitals. So I started out, you know, being recognized for a go-getter, a catalyst, as they would say. I take on any assignment, and then I ended up moving my way up the ladder. So, and I just had this conversation with somebody else. I never looked for a job. I always was recruited to go to the next journey, and I worked doing everything. And I started to have a passion for coding, right? Because all of us have to have a passion. When people say, I want to get into coding, and you just say, I want to get into coding, you got to have a passion for it, right? We have to be able to peel the onion and try to figure things out, right? And that became my journey into AAPC. So if you've ever read anything about me or ever heard me speak, the one thing I do say is I am where I'm at today because of my involvement with the AAPC. If somebody told me 25 years ago I was speaking in front of 200 people or 300 people or being interviewed or so many things that happened over my lifetime, I would say you're crazy, because I used to panic when I lectured in church. So things have changed. My journey into leadership, a lot of it was because of my involvement with the AAPC, being a chapter officer, being on the board, just kind of changed my outlook on life. And then got to where I am today, and then I always wanted to go back and get my master's degree, but the reason why I ended up in oncology is because my mother was sick, and then my dad got sick. Then I got married late in life, I had a great son, and then I didn't have time. So my son entered his freshman year of college, and along with my leader at where I'm at today, my son turned around to me and said, it's your time now. So I walked on May 14th, 2023, and I graduated with my MHA, a 4.0 from Rutgers University. And so my journey and what I tell everyone is it's never too late to get that extra certification. It's never too late to go back for anything. I worked 23 years in one institution, and at 49 and a half, I left and went into where I am today and turned 50 6 months later when I was there, and I'm still there 8 years later. So it's never too late. Don't ever feel like you cannot do something. And the one thing that I've always said, and many of you that know me from the AAPC know, we are a supportive network. We do what we do because we have the support from AAPC. All the members. I can honestly say, and my friends are sitting at that table, I have a friend in every single state in the United States, including Puerto Rico and Guam and India. So I'm honored to say that because that's what networking is about, and connection. And when I have a question like I had the other day, I texted 4 of my friends and said, have you heard this? Because this is new to me. And that's what it's about, is getting that. So your journey continues, and it continues and continues. Why do I still sit on a board? Why do I still become an officer? Why do I speak virtually? Why do I go to the HealthCon? It's because you always want to learn, right? You don't ever want to stop learning, and that's what's the biggest part of it. And I always say AAPC is wonderful. Every single person you meet within that organization is always welcoming and always willing to help. And I don't think I've ever had a bad, foray into anything. But people land in this job for different reasons, right? How many people here for a second career, right? How many of you started one place and ended up in another, right? Like I said, if somebody would told me I was doing what I do today, I'd think, you are crazy. I don't want to work in medicine, right? But it is, and we're the business side of medicine, which is extremely important. Alex and I had this conversation a little while ago, right? Most people only understand the clinical side, right? They look at healthcare as clinical. They don't look at it as business, and all of us have a piece in that. We are all about patient satisfaction, employee engagement, professionalism, growth. That's all about what we do.
She answered all my questions. She drove this thing. AAPC, Rita. Thank you. Thanks, Rita.